Bitch, I ain't got time for this shit right now. Okay, hold on. Let me redo this. Breland, Boojum, Calicula, EFG, Fenelry. I literally just started this game and already I'm going through so much nonsense. Gibbering. We won't do Beowulf this time. Hogbone. Macrophilia. Phyregia. Pipsweet. Varvane. And then yellow buttons. And if this doesn't work out, then I'll do it with Beowulf. Okay. Boojum. Breland. Calicula. Fenelry. Gibbering. Hogbore. Or Hogbone, my bad. Macrophylla. Phyrangia. Pipsweet. Varvane. And then yellow buttons.
There, your tea's waiting for you. All right.
This better be good.
Rude!
Nancy, come back here.
Okay, good. That worked out.
The tea is utterly rude. I can already feel my creativity flowing again, building like a wave on the ocean, surging towards some unseen shore. I have another job for you, a very critical job. See the stuff that I've been studying? That, in essence, is my spring collection.
Uh-huh.
All those objects have certain things in common which speak to and stimulate the artistic sinews of my subconscious, from which all the designs I need will eventually burst forth.
Uh-huh.
They're all totally rude, but they're not enough. I need more, Nancy. You need to take the number 7 metro to Pont Neuf, go to the flea market in Square de Vergalant Park, and buy me 4 more things with qualities identical to the ones each of these possesses. Use this bag. Put everything in there as soon as you buy it. I don't want anyone seeing what you bring me. It could give away my whole collection.
This seems very stupid.
Here's some money.
Ooh. I'm just supposed to go out and buy things, but I'm not sure what you want.
I'm just supposed to go out and buy things?
Stuff. I want stuff. New stuff that's just like this old stuff, only different. Now just take a good look at my stuff, then go. Go!
Oh my god. You are truly crazy. Okay. Maybe I can take a picture real quick. Ooh. Can I take a picture? Ooh, look at that. Oh my god, perfect. Love that. Get in there, meet Minette. Be prepared to duck.
Been there, done that.
Check out the list of chores that Heather left for me on this computer at my workstation. I haven't done that yet. Make Minette her tea before her brain cells start misfiring or something.
Check.
Go to Square du Vert Galant Park and buy 4 things from Minette that have the same basic qualities as the stuff she has in the center of her studio. Fix that plotter, or whatever that is. Check everything in the Moulin where Minette works for possible clues as to why she's receiving those threats. Okay, let me start at the bottom. Just before I left, Dad gave me a phone card, which is going to come in handy, seeing as how the airline lost my cell phone along with my luggage. If I want to call Bess and George or Frank and Joe Hardy, all I have to do is find a phone and follow the directions on the card. Minette's assistant, Heather McKay, seems very glad that I'm here, probably because now she won't have to deal with Minette by herself. I finally met Minette. Mask and all. Talk about quirky, but she's very talented. She's designing a dress for the First Lady. When I asked Minette what her favorite color was so I could make her some tea, she said red. When I asked her to pick a number, she said 10. Someone slipped a threatening letter under the door of the Moulin. Heather says Minette has been receiving letters and phone calls like that since April. It's a safe bet they have something to do with her odd behavior, which means it would help to know who sent them. Unfortunately, Heather made me put the letter in Minette's dodo box, along with the others Minette's gotten. Guess I need to figure out how to open. Minette has this weird way of using the word rude to mean good or cool. To say that she's a little eccentric is an understatement. Yes. Ooh, I have 195 euro. That's excellent. But how do I take a picture? Can I take a picture of something? I can't take a picture. Okay. What do all of these have in common? There's like rings. That's what I feel they have in common, is that there's like... Ooh. Minette the Masked by Jean-Michel Trancnard, senior fashion editor. At the conclusion of Minette's fall show, the audience leapt to its feet and applauded for a full 5 minutes, electrified by her latest wide, wily, and wild creations, calling for Minette to join her models on the runway, acknowledged their adulation, and at last joined them she did, wearing a mask that she has yet to remove. Why the red-hot American-born designer, whose 24/7 line, casual clothes designed to be worn all day, every day, set a worldwide trend last spring, has taken to covering her face in a fashion mystery, is a fashion mystery as odd and perplexing as Nehru collars. But then conventional has never been a word that applies to Minette. Shunning the mainstream from the start, she is committed to designing clothes for normal-sized women, size 12 and up. Again, love that. Her curvaceous creations never failed to be flattering, yet flamboyant, practical yet playful. Minette, were she to use her favorite word to describe them, would say that they're simply and totally rude. How has she managed to come so far so fast? She attributes her success to hard work, stubbornness, and the efforts of a gifted psychotherapist. Former employees say she's very difficult to work with, or work for, calling her temperamental, egotistical, demanding, and extremely rude, and not in the way Minette uses the word. This is one of Minette's newest confections, unveiled for the first time in Paris. Some of Minette's rude creations started on Carol. Her favorite form is seeing here awaiting its next draping. Minette in her Montmartre studio, an old windmill whose round exterior mirrors her curve-happy designs. Minette does have one loyal subordinate. Carol has been with her since the day she arrived in Paris, and Carol never complains. Nor does she let the fact that Minette considers her to be a lucky charm go to her head. Of course, this is undoubtedly because as a dress form, Carol doesn't have one. When asked why she wears a mask, Minette simply says, "I'm a fashion designer. Why is not a question I need to answer." Who knows, maybe the public will follow suit. Perhaps wearing a mask will soon become a fashion statement. De rigueur at balls and benefits. Stranger things have happened in this business. Remember plastic barrettes?
Minette, you've really outdone yourself.
Oh, alright. I guess I'm gonna go. Let me look at the stuff that I need to do, I guess. Where's my list? Where's my list of shit that I need to do? Oh, it's here.
What's up?
Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna talk to you.
Has this windmill or moulin always been a fashion design studio?
No. In fact, until a year or two ago, this little old lady lived here. When she passed away, this place went on the market and Minette snapped it up. See, Minette has this thing about curves. She claimed working in a quasi-round environment like this would make her more productive.
And has it?
As if. But she has gotten a lot of press out of it. In fact, if there's one thing I've learned from Minette, it's that how a designer behaves is likely to get her just as much attention in the fashion world as what she designs.
Okay.
Why does Minette wear that mask?
All I know is that back in March, on the last day of her big fall show, she showed up wearing that mask, and she hasn't taken it off since.
I feel like someone took over her spot.
You didn't know she was going to do that?
No, no one did. Not even Dieter. That was her boyfriend at the time. Dieter von Schwesterkrank, the fashion photographer.
Okay.
I'll let you get back to work.
Allez, bye-bye.
Allez, bye-bye. Alright, where's my station? My station is next to hers. Where's my list of shit that I need to do?
Sunny was here.
Ooh, to-do list.
Pick up envelope from J.J. Ling, pick up fabric photos from Dieter von Schwesterkrank, deliver photos to Jean-Michel Traquenard, fix plotter, do whatever Minette tells you to do, and do it fast.
Okay, so I need to make another list. Hold on one second. This is my own personal list that I need to adhere to. Okay, so J.J. Ling, Metro, stop, place Mange, and to pick up fabric photos. Rue des Bacs and Boulevard Saint Germain. And then Cafe Kiki, hell yeah. Rue de Malvais. And this is Hotel de Ville. And then I need to fix a plotter some fucking how. Alright, fun. Ooh, mail. Fun. To Miss McKay, in anticipation of the final fitting for the First Lady's evening gown, please be advised that 2 of our agents may visit your premises in the near future to ascertain and assess security risk and to interview any and all employees. Thank you for your cooperation. Yours, Courtney Buckholst. Well, yikes. Hello, Heather. Like everyone else in France, we les interrogateurs, sorry, there's planes flying overhead, are eager to know why Minette wears that mask. Since we all know that Minette goes through assistance like a horse goes through hay, I can only assume that the reason Minette hasn't fired you yet is because she trusts you. Therefore, I am assuming you know her secret. I am prepared to pay you a large sum of money for that secret. It will be the easiest money you ever make. I will call you soon. I hope we can do business. Woof. Yikes. 3 out of our last 4 attempts to deliver pizza to your place of business has resulted in screaming tirades that cause my delivery persons to fear for their lives. As you know, one of them quit on the spot. I realize that Minette is an artist with little tolerance for interruptions, but such outbursts are uncalled for and are detrimental to my employees' emotional health. Therefore, we will no longer do business with you. I'm sorry if this causes you any inconvenience. My employees, however, are not. Aw, that's so nice. I love that. I love that he takes care of his employees. Dear Miss Minette, I ain't never wrote nothing like this before, and I ain't too sure about this email stuff neither, but I saw a picture of a dress in a magazine when I was working at the library shift just now, and I mean, it was just so beautiful it stopped me in my tracks. Maybe it was because the gal was wearing, what was wearing, it was kind of shaped like me. I ain't huge or nothing, but I ain't exactly skinny either. Or maybe it was because all the colors in it reminded me of those pretty bottles I got back home on Moon Lake. But anyways, I liked that dress a bunch, and when I looked at the other dresses on the page, I liked them too. So I read the article that came with them and found out you was their designer. So I thought you should know you make good dresses and you shouldn't pay no mind to anybody what says you don't, especially that Butterleaf fella. He sounds like a first-class jerk to me. Your fan, Emily Griffin. Aw, and the subject is your dresses are real nice. That's so sweet. Hello, Sunny June. We have received the 2 bolts of Floral 302, which you returned to us, and have credited your account accordingly. We are sorry that Minette found the material to be of substandard. Rest assured that had there been any doubt as to its quality, to date we have received no other complaints like that in a particular lot. The material would not have been for sale. Thank you for your patience. We look forward to serving you in the future. And confirmation of order. To your customer, on August 2nd, you ordered 3 white drawing tablets, 2 boxes of number 2 lead pencils, 1 box of gum erasers, 1 box fine tip blue ballpoint pens, 1 box of earplugs. Your order is 837-9982A. Please allow 6 business days for shipping. Thank you from your friends at Krollmeister Office Services. Alright, cool. I don't want to play a game. What does this do? Oh. Okay, so there's multiple ways to access that. Can I look at my desk?
These doodles sure look familiar. Sunny June did them. He must have been Minette's last assistant. Wow, that guy gets around.
What is all these Cocoa Kringles doing in my studio? What is more blinding? Jean's head or his medallion? It's like the St. Clair's all over again. Okay. Ooh. I'm Minette's only friend. Rude. Get back to work, Sunny. Deliver this order that I told you no eating at the desk. Bahaha, success. Crouching Hugo, hidden, baguette, Minette. Minette, because it's Minette. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, bottoms up. Aïe. Oh, pauvre dieta. Zut alors. Où Carol? Rude. Au revoir, Carol. Carol, bon voyage. Voilà, Minette. Grr, sob, boohoo, bwahahaha. It's alive. Carol, rude. More dead flowers for Minette. Figures poor things probably died of fright when they heard they were going to her. That's funny as hell. Sorry.